Hi, I'm Lexi. I'm one of the science communication interns, and we're back with another intern spotlight.
Hello, I'm Amanda. I'm also one of the Science Communication Interns, and today we have two Geo-Launchpad interns with us. We have Nikodemos Nick Scott from Charlottesville, Virginia, where they go to school at Piedmont Community College, and they'll be graduating this upcoming spring with both their Associates of Science and General Studies degrees, and they'll transfer to a four-year university to major in Geology and Communications. We also have with us Jornacion, who just graduated from Allan Hancock College with her Associate's degree in Mathematics and Science. She'll be attending UC Davis for Environmental Engineering in the fall. This summer, they are both creating computer models for burial sites using GPR Max in Kansas. So, to start us off, what first interested you both in earth sciences? How'd you decide on this major?
Well, let me tell you, I've always loved rocks and being outside in earth sciences. Like, even when I was in elementary school, I was always stuffing little rocks and minerals and quartz in my pockets. And I'd come home and I'd put them all on my TV and my bookshelf. And eventually, rocks did get banned from my house from coming in because I brought too many. But little did they know that I would be back at it again just a few years later, majoring in geology. So I honestly didn't know that I was into geology when I started at community college until I went to a community outreach day where you could go into the lab and check everything out. And I just totally fell in love with it. So they got their hooks in me, and here I am 3 years later.
And for me, I decided to go into environmental engineering because of a high school program. So I found my love later on, not like Nick, who had a calling basically since they were little. But yeah, I just enjoyed AP Environmental Science a lot, and I wanted to explore the fields in it. And I took a geology class, and I had an awesome geology professor at my community college, and yeah, I just really gravitated towards environmental engineering.
Very cool, very cool.
Yeah, you both
how are
found
you
it
guys?
pretty early.
Yeah, right? I feel like that's very lucky.
Yeah.
hmm
How are you guys feeling about transitioning into a four-year university program after community college? Are you excited, nervous? What are the feelings or worries there?
Yeah.
Yeah, for me right now, because I'm going through the process, it is definitely different. It's I need to definitely get acclimated more into it, especially since I'm also out of state. I can't really I guess get help from people who I know who I have transferred already, because they're all in state already, and basically I'm kind of going into it kind of blindly, but I do have guidance from my sister, because she went to university after community college too. But yeah, it's been, I guess, more an acclimation period, figuring out all the different administration stuff. Yeah.
Totally.
Definitely a big transition, but exciting overall.
Yeah. And I'm really excited. So I have another year at PBCC. So I'm currently in the scouting, where do I want to go type of phase. I'm a little bit sad because once you go, that means you got to start narrowing in what you really want to do. And I love a lot of different things. So geology is such a wide field. I have a lot of interests. I'm yeah, I like hard rocks. Yeah, I'm into mapping. Yeah, I want to learn about metamorphics. Yeah, I want to learn about this, that, and everything in the third. So I am excited to get to my 4 year, because then I'll be able to have more of those specialized classes where you really get into more of the nitty gritty. So I can't wait to see where the wind takes me.
So, can you talk a little bit about the work that you're doing this summer?
Yeah, definitely. So our main base project is looking at burials in 19th century Kansas. So during that time, there were a lot of different cultures that were coming together while westward expansion was happening, right? You had Native Americans who already lived here. You had Europeans who were migrating, out and who were immigrating. You had African Americans who were looking for better lives. So there were a lot of different people coming in this one region. And with that, they all brought their different burial practices. So some people were buried in certain directions. Some people had coffins, while others had fabrics or didn't have a coffin. They had different depths. So there's a lot of different factors that go into how people were buried and how people treat their loved ones with death. So our project is looking at how were people buried in both cemeteries and what's called a potter's field. So a potter's field is basically a mass burial site where most of the time people didn't have headstones. If there were headstones, it was for 3 out of the up to thousands of people that were buried there. So we're looking and we're making computer models of our respective coffins, and without a coffin, yeah, like just the bodies, to see what are those going to look like. And then with that, we'll be able to look back on data that they've collected using a ground penetrating radar, and we'll be able to compare and contrast and say, okay, this scan looks like this head that's in a collapsed coffin, or this scan looks like an arm of someone without any type of coffin or wrapping.
So our whole project is basically to make it like easier for them to interpret the data, because they collect like hundreds of thousands of lines of data just in like one scanning session. So it does take like a long time. It takes like months to like a year to process everything. So we're hoping that our like research into GPR Max and like making simulated like scenarios can help narrow down like that time that is needed for interpretation.
And how like local are these burial sites? Are you going out to them? I know you're doing a lot of modeling, but have you gone out and about? Are they close by?
Yeah, so we have gotten the chance to actually use the instruments. Like we were able to take some GPR scans down in Parsons, which is about 2 hours south of us, because we're currently based in Lawrence, Kansas. So we're both using different base cemetery sites though for our modeling. So mine is in Valencia Cemetery, which is about an hour west of Lawrence.
I think like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And then my modeling is based on Alma, Kansas, like cemetery, and that is about like an hour away, I think.
That is such a unique and cool project. Wow, I never thought of the applications of GPR in that way. Do you guys get to work together, or is it kind of two distinct, different projects?
Oh yeah, we definitely work together. Like the whole day we're like, hey, can you come look at this? What do you think about this? Like, oh, can we like share this? And so there's definitely a lot of collaborating at the same time, for sure.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of like brainstorming and like just like problem solving, and I really enjoy like being able to talk to somebody else about like what I'm doing instead of like sitting there like going crazy because it's not working.
Yeah, because all these models are coding based, so we're using Python and we're building like these individual shapes and we're telling it how exactly we want them to scan. So there's a lot of intricate things that you have to do and that can go wrong, especially since this program is relatively newer. It just got invented around 2016, and like using it for burials is relatively new. Like there's not a lot of literature or previous research done about this. So it's definitely like, all right, how do we do this? How do we build these shapes? How do we make a skeleton and a spine out of simple boxes and spheres and triangles? So
That's awesome. I feel like the hardest part about research can sometimes just be like getting started, because you get stuck at almost every single step. To have like someone with you the whole time sounds really good.
Yeah, for sure. It's super interesting to think about this because I never would have considered this program or computer modeling for geology or even geophysics, you know, and a lot of the other literature that we've seen have been using it for geophysics, but not necessarily mixing it with archaeology and forensics as well. So there's a lot of intersectionality going on in this one project, but it makes it really cool.
Yeah, I really enjoy like all of like I really enjoy like all the separate fields like coming in together and like making one like project that intertwine like with all of the little like things that you can do with it.
Do you think that you are like interested in continuing this kind of line of near surface geophysics? Not necessarily looking at burial sites, although maybe you're like, this is it, this is what I want to do. Do you think it's kind of like open doors for you in that way, or are you thinking of kind of pivoting? Both are fine.
No, I really have been enjoying this. My favorite part of this project has definitely been the use of instruments, like not just the GPR, but we also have gotten the chance to use a GPS to take really, really fine coordinates, like down to the millimeter, for these headstones, for the ones of interest and for the Potter's Field sites. And then we're also going out and doing another study, like scan at these sites called a CMP. Yeah, but basically we're going to get some more specific values for the soils that we're modeling based off of. And we're going to go out to the sites and really be like, okay, this is exactly what the electric resistivity is. This is what the permittivity is. Here's our values. But yeah, I really enjoy being able to use the instrumentation. So I'm excited to be able to take that with me and keep going with it.
Yeah. And for me, I really enjoy, like, this is my first time doing anything in research, and like going into this program, I was like kind of iffy on grad school, but I think I might like be pivoting towards like possibly going into like doing a master's degree after my undergraduate, just because I really like the environment of like trying to figure something out and like having a team behind like basically kind of creating and like taking a step into something new that could be applied into like different ways in the field. And yeah.
Yeah, it's great getting the like hands-on experience.
Are you guys enjoying your time in Kansas City?
So let me tell you, Kansas City is 45 minutes away. Lawrence, Kansas, it's really nice. It is really nice. It has like a cool kind of like small town vibe to it. Everything, the food is really good here. It's very nice. There are in fact more hills than you would expect though. Everything you hear about Kansas, like, oh, it's so flat, it's so flat. That's what you think until you have to walk uphill.
Especially in like the 90-degree, like humid
100-degree
weather. Yeah.
110-degree. Hello. But it's very chill. The outside areas are so pretty. I've never seen anything like this before. I'm from Virginia, so every time I look into the distance, there's like mountains and mountains, but you just look out and you can see for miles and miles. Wow. It's gorgeous. Yeah.
When I first moved to New Mexico, that was kind of my same first impression, because I moved from New York, and so I just like wasn't used to seeing, not even just the buildings, but like trees. There was just stuff in the way. Yeah. And then moving to New Mexico, I was like, there's so much sky. The sky goes on forever.
Seriously. Also, Loki, the cloud patterns are different out here. I don't know if there's any research on that, but get some meteorologists on that one.
My experience coming from like, okay, I always say it's a small town in California, but I've realized it's not that small because it does house 100K people. So it's not super small, but it has like small town vibes, you know what I mean? But it's definitely like concrete jungle, like not a lot of nature out, and like there's a lot of buildings out. And I definitely got like uncanny feelings a little bit coming here, because I was like, there's just so much sky, like Lexi was saying. Like there's just like, it's so open, I kind of feel like exposed, but like I've acclimated, so it's been okay. But yeah, it is really pretty, like it's super green here.
Mm-hmm. And the grass, it's super tall, because I mean it's grasslands, like the prairies and stuff, so as the wind blows, it like makes these, it's like a wave almost of like grass. It's gorgeous. Okay, there's a museum on campus, and we got the chance to go the other day. It's amazing. It's a natural history museum. Oh, and they have like, it's 6 stories full of fossils and live insects
and like taxidermy.
Yeah, like it had everything. It was so gorgeous. And as employees, so we work at the Kansas Geological Survey, but it's attached to Kansas University. So KGS and KU are the same kind of like twin sibling organizations. So as employees, we get free admission into it. And like, you know, they accept donations, but it was so cool to get the opportunity to see like, okay, like what's going on with Kansas fossils and fossils. It was so cool. It was crazy.
Sounds like you're having a really great time there. I'm so happy to hear it. So in your free time, other than going to museums and just exploring the area, what do you do for fun? Not just like in Kansas, but I suppose back home.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Let me tell you, I can be quite the busy bee. I have a lot of different hobbies that I like doing. Recently, I've been doing ballet. Oh my gosh, very fun. This will be my third year actually doing ballet. So that's been great. I also really enjoy ceramics, so making like cups and plates and bowls and little sculptures and vases, anything that I can use around. I enjoy it. I also like traveling. I feel like that's kind of a given. It's one of the ways that got me hooked into geology. But like going, especially for concerts and live music, that will be my passion. If I could do anything for the rest of my life, I could go to all the concerts that there are all over the world. I love it.
I think me and Nick like share a lot of like the similar hobbies. Like we both really enjoy like live music and like going to concerts. I've been to a couple here, and like we went to like a Juneteenth celebration, and they had like a DJ set thing.
That was
and
so
it was
fun.
really fun. Yeah, and like I like hiking. I haven't been able to do a bunch of that here just because it's so the heat is so much.
It gets ridiculous.
But yeah, doing that and like going out with friends, and I feel like especially here, like a lot of people are really friendly, especially like the events that I've been to, where I've been able to like make some friends I can like hang out with for that like event, and it's been fun to like meet people around here.
Awesome. I didn't even consider like all the people that you'd meet when you were out there. I was like, wow, it's so great that they have each other, but I'm glad that you've gotten to like reach out and meet new people as well.
Sure.
And sort of to that end, like what do you think the most valuable thing that you've gotten from this summer is? It could be a skill, it could be an experience, it could be the friends we made along the way, it could be whatever.
For me, I feel like definitely like I was saying earlier is like that experience of just like that introduction to research has been like super valuable, and like being able to understand how that kind of works, especially since my mentor, right, we work at the Kansas Geological Survey, so it is like a state like ran like
Research
like,
facility?
organization like program kind of thing. Yeah, so it's like interesting to see like what she's doing, and like it's also interesting that it's connected with the university because we get to talk to a lot of people that go to like the University of Kansas as well that is like working with us. And yeah, I guess just like being able to like experience like new things, especially in like the academic world.
Yeah, for me, I'd say I had a really impactful experience while I've been here. When we went out to Parsons, Kansas to do some field work, we were able to have an open community day where anyone who was interested could come out and like ask us questions, what are we doing, and take a look at all the instruments that we were using. And that was really impactful for me because I think that as geologists and as scientists, it's really important to be out in your communities and being involved. Especially if you're going into their space, you should be able to loop them in too. So I really enjoyed being able to meet the locals and understand a little bit more about what they think is important. Like while we were there, we got some interesting stories by word of mouth of like, oh, did you know that this person's buried here? Or, oh, did you know that the first serial killer family in Kansas is some of their victims are out here? Like things you would just never find out about unless you really talk to them. So I enjoyed that a ton.
That's really cool.
Really great summer.
And like definitely geology is such a place-based science, so like having the opportunity to like tie it back to this like sense of place that you're there is really cool.
Yeah, for sure. And the people there, they really love their cemeteries. That's like their thing. They're very like kind of gothic vibes too. Yeah. I know, but so we had a lot of folks of all different types coming out and just really excited to be seeing us. So.
I would say like definitely like the cemeteries are definitely really peaceful, and like especially because we're studying like the historical side. We can see like all the different like types of like gravestones, and it is like very like pretty. Like one of the PhD students was talking to us about how during like this time period, a lot of people viewed like cemeteries and graveyards as like a place of peace and like somewhere to have like a picnic or like an outing at, and like I never knew that, and I like visiting, I totally understand like the vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, because some of those headstones are honestly like, maybe not modern art, but 19th century art. Like you have these really intricate carvings and like you have pictures on top of them and just all sorts of things going on in the graveyard. So it's very gorgeous.
All right, guys, thank you so much for being with us today. Any last words you feel like the interview would not be complete without?
No, thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, it was a really good opportunity.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Of course. See y'all next time.